You are absolutely right. It is like we're serving time twice, and it's because the 14th Amendment allowed them to make us slaves again. If anytime you get convicted of a crime, you don't necessarily have to have done the crime. It doesn't even have to be a fucking a violent crime or anything like that. It just has to be you're convicted of a crime, and now guess what? You're legally allowed to be a slave. That's the problem that I'm having. A lot of people want to turn all their attention and focus on Donald Trump and, oh my God, Donald Trump is this and Donald Trump is that. Okay, yes, maybe he says a lot of fucked up things. Maybe he does a lot of fucked up things. But the problem is not Donald Trump. The problem is the government. That's the problem. The problem is that we're already living in a fucking Donald Trump ass government where he wants to be a fucking dictator. They're already dictating us. But instead of it being one sole person, it's a body of people that are dictators. And then it's everybody else that has to pay the penance for it. Right? They don't give a fuck what you want. They give a fuck what's best for the government. They give a fuck what's best to keep the government moving, government rolling. They don't care how many people push back and vote laws into place. They're going to find ways around it. Look at Pennsylvania right now. Pennsylvania said, hey, look, you know what? We're going to legalize medical use of marijuana. We're going to give people medical marijuana cards, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, look, if you get pulled over while driving with a license and we find out you have a medical marijuana card, we're going to go ahead and lock your ass up for a DUI. It doesn't matter if you're actually intoxicated right now or not, because there's no way that I can prove if you're actually intoxicated off of marijuana in the moment at all. So what we're going to say is you smoke and you're driving, so therefore you got a DUI. There are so many people pushing back for it. Lawyers are fighting against it. People have been arrested for it and fighting against it. And guess what? They don't give a fuck. They don't care. And if you think I'm just pulling shit out my ass, go look it up. Look up the Pennsylvania laws of medical marijuana use, or look up the unlawful DUI cases in Pennsylvania, and you'll see what I mean. Sorry, I just put on the camera. But no, this government is fucking oppressive as it is, and it's a dictatorship already. It's not Donald Trump. It's the government. The government is allowing him to come in. The government is allowing him to do these things. They don't give a fuck. What Michael Jackson? All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Real shit. Michael Jackson, what the fuck he was talking about, bro? He was talking about these motherfuckers because they don't care about us. They care about them and they care about their pockets. Kamala Harris don't give a fuck about y'all. She give a fuck about making y'all feel like she do so she can get up there to get what she wants. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about y'all. He gave a fuck about making y'all feel like he gave a fuck about certain things so that way he could get what the fuck he wanted. Nobody gives a fuck about you, bro.